Hello my friends and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming, and in today's video, sponsored by the makers of Rise of Kingdoms, I want to talk about Subutai, who is undoubtedly the best rally in the game right now against basically anything your opponent is doing. And okay, maybe that's an exaggeration. We haven't done comprehensive testing. No one has. But we got to spectate Subutai last night on stream with over 1,600 of you watching. So consider subscribing. We had a lot of fun, and I may or may not end up in a hot tub stream, but you had to be there to see what that was all about. Let's talk about Subutai. Subutai is incredibly powerful for a number of reasons, but to make it just incredibly simple and summarize the whole learning, like all the way down into 1 or 2 sentences, run Attila primary, use Subutai secondary, and just enjoy the easiest wins of your life. And okay, the wins are not as easy as when Attila was like totally busted in the very first KVK3 where he showed up. That was completely insane, but this is like maybe the closest we've been since that time, and let me explain. Attila primary, Subutai secondary is a rally that can't be swarmed without delivering just an incredible amount of punishment to you. It does ridiculous amounts of damage, and it's using cavalry, which like right now, cavalry don't have an amazing spot for losing those troops. Infantry, great for rally and garrison. Archers, typically used to rally, maybe garrison a pass, maybe a fort. But cavalry were kind of like in this weird spot. But now, hey, forget it. You could send your calves like this. I mean, the cav garrison with Eleanor was fine. So the rest of this video is going to break it down. And throughout, I'm going to put probably some footage from the stream onto the screen so you can see some of the action here. But, you know, we saw as much as 450,000 damage done from the Subutai active skill, which is disgusting. So in case you didn't know what he's doing, let's just review this. And I think, you know, look, I'm a content creator. I still don't know all of his skills by heart, right? And I think most people forget aspects of the skill. So we're going to read them. I've always got timestamps, so you can jump ahead if you want. But what Subutai is doing is 3 combo attacks, 1,000 damage factor a pop. And remember that combo attacks are enhanced by normal attack damage. Okay, so when we put Attila primary, who's going to boost your normal damage, and Subutai secondary, that's how you deliver unbelievable jaw-dropping amounts of damage. Then the second skill is giving you 15% march speed. I don't really care about the march speed because I don't think he's going to be good for open field, but that testing is going to come later. But if this commander is leading a rally attack, cavalry units in the rallied army also gain 20% attack and 30% defense. Bro, did they actually put 50% of stats and 15% march speed on here? Okay. Yeah, no, I'm telling you, it's busted. Okay. And then over here, we've got, if this commander's troop is attacking a city or stronghold, deal 10% more combo damage. Well, he does combo damage. Attila does not. And whenever their troop launches a combo attack, okay, so you got 3 of them over here, but whenever you launch a combo attack, you have a 60% chance to gain a 15% boost to normal damage dealt for 8 seconds. And this stacks up to 2 times, and its duration resets whenever it gains another stack. The weirdness of this is we probably won't see its full potential yet because we don't have enough combo damage dealers. Unless you're like in an artifact KVK and you got someone like Liu Che who does combo attacks that you could cook with. Then from here, Daring Raid. Whenever this commander's troop launches a basic, while outside of Alliance territory, which you're going to be doing if you're rallying, you have a 30% chance to launch a combo attack with 700 factor, but it's got a cooldown of 10 seconds, which is a very, very, very long time. You can't really break something that has such a high % chance to trigger and such a long cooldown. My opinion. I know you can get more value with it, but you can't really break that. And then if this commander's troop is attacking a troop on the field, their active skill inflicts burn. So what is burn? The burn effect is inflicted by Takeda's Fierce as the Fire skill and Subutai's Hound of Temujin skill. Whenever the target is hit with a basic attack, it has a 50% chance to take 20% more normal damage for the next 1 second. So they take more normal damage. Okay, I mean, obviously he's doing normal damage with combo attacks. That's the synergy. If this commander's troop is attacking a city or stronghold, however, their active skill inflicts an enhanced version of this effect for 2 seconds. Whenever the target is hit with a basic attack, it is a 100% chance to take 20% more normal damage for the next 1 second. So this is going to be triggering all the time. I mean, all the time. It looks like you're going to be able to make it so that they're taking more normal damage, which is kind of disgusting for a multi-rally situation if you think about that. Whenever the target is hit with a basic attack, it has a 100% chance to take 20% more normal damage for the next 1 second. I mean, am I crazy or does that seem really good? So why is it that Subutai, you just pair with Attila, don't use your brain any further, like it's just done. You lock it in, you're good to go, don't overthink it. And the reason is that Attila is obviously a normal attacker. And it is just so funny that Attila has had so much longevity in this game. It's just jaw-dropping how much longevity this dude has had, all right? And so if I can find my Attila, here he is. So what does Attila do? For the next 4 seconds, this commander's troop deals 30% more normal damage. So you use Attila as the primary, and then 2 seconds later, you hit him with the triple combo attack. Okay, 3,000 damage factor, and it's elevated, which is insane. They also, have a chance to reduce the target's attack. That's nice. You do more counterattack damage. So this rally can't be swarmed, and it's going to do ridiculous amounts of damage. I mean, you can swarm it; it just really hurts. If this commander's troop is attacking a city or stronghold, you deal 5% more damage and 10% chance when you launch a basic to reduce the target's defense. Cooldown of 3 seconds. Now you see this is something that's very breakable with combo attacks. You see, this effect is like fine, but is not going to be active all that frequently. But each combo attack has a chance to trigger this, and the cooldown is so short that once the cooldown has elapsed, you could trigger it all over again really quickly. This is exactly the sort of thing that can be broken by combo attacks, okay? Then you've got the next skill, take less skill damage, seems good. Deal less skill damage, doesn't matter, you're not doing skill damage, you do combo and normal damage. Cavalry, units in this troop gain 15 march speed, 40% attack. Well, 40% attack is great when you're rallying. If this commander's troop contains only cavalry, whenever it launches a basic, it has a chance to gain a bonus to damage dealt for 2 seconds. Now, you could get a 25% chance here of a 100% damage bonus, but this is a cooldown of 10 seconds. You see, this is not breakable, really, in the combo world, because it is such a high percent chance to trigger and such a long cooldown. The things that are really get really busted are the things that, can trigger frequently but aren't meant to be triggered frequently. This cannot be triggered frequently. 10-second cooldown. Okay, you can slightly increase how frequently this goes off, but the percentage elevation of something that has a short cooldown and a low percent chance to trigger is way higher. Okay, that's why I think, I'm not saying this defense reduction is the most broken thing in the world. I'm just saying when you look for how you will break combo, that's the sort of thing you look for. It's why long ago I said that Arthur William would be what I would be running. And I said, here's what I'm going to run in the open field. And I thought it might be Nevsky, but I decided to use William, in large influence from Amfern, who was trust, use this. And I did, absolutely clapping. I mean, I've been using William for a very long time. And I've been saying for literally ages, every KVK, I'm like, you're sleeping on this. But this video is not about William. And it's not about open field. So just stop it, Chisgule. Just stop. Go back to this combo. Attila primary, Subutai secondary. Now, the reason you would use Attila primary and not Subutai primary is that the combo tree is actually not very strong, in my opinion, relative to the attack tree, and the combo tree is not particularly good when you only have one commander doing combo attacks. I can show you this on my Arthur, by the way, who I do use as the primary, who I do have the armaments for. The butterfly effect here is the best one of the armaments you need. Combo attacks have a 20% more likely chance to trigger effects from launching basics. That's the big thing. But if we look at these talents, okay, they're not all that exciting. You can get some extra rage from combo attacks, which is cool, but only one commander in this pairing does combo attacks. Whenever this commander's troop launches any type of basic, you have a 10% chance to gain a bonus to damage dealt. I mean, that's actually nice. This boosts your combo attack damage. you have one commander doing combo damage, right? More normal's good, but like nothing in here is overly exciting. I guess for rallying, this commander's troop takes 3% less damage when it has under 50% of units remaining. That's a good talent. This has a chance to trigger an extra combo when you're launching combos, but like combo tree is not it, bro. It's very, very obviously not it, in my opinion. We haven't seen, perfect, full, comprehensive, statistically significant testing. But like, look, from the rallies we spectated last night, you just use your Attila. It's very straightforward. Okay. Now there's a bunch of builds you can use for Attila. This is a weird one. I don't know what I use this for last, but I'm actually I don't think this is that far off. Let's get a peek around here at what we're doing. So this particular talent build, you really want to get effortless. Like if you're going to rally, you obviously have to get effortless. In fact, dude, this is a flexible build. This is a field build. This is a Nevsky rally build. Okay. Yeah. This is old school. Holy smokes. This is probably more like the build you want to run right here. I haven't even really looked at it, but I'm quite confident this is where we're headed. So effortless is insane for a rally because when you're in combat, the longer you're there, you're getting a bonus to damage dealt. 10% more damage dealt is disgusting. Like, what are we talking about? Full stop. Effortless talent points are already better than almost everything else you got in the combo tree combined. So effortless is gross. In addition, I think that Lord of War's fine. It gives you attack boost, but over here, you deal 6% more damage and take 3% more damage. Bro, you're just already destroying people with counters. Who cares? You take fight to the death. This is one of the best talents in the game as well. It's such a huge enhancement in damage. The only time this sucks is if you are very deeply the underdog, okay? You get boost to counterattack damage. I mean, bro, the attack tree slaps. Let's be real. Take less damage. This is disgusting. Martial Mastery. Deal 6% more normal damage of all types, but also deal 3% less skill damage. Who cares? Right? Like this tree slaps, bro. We go in and we take less skill damage, which is important if you get swarmed. You absolutely destroy archers. You can increase your rage gen if you think you're not getting swarmed. And on top of that, you have points left over for Buckler Shield. Bro, that's crazy. There's so much you can do with this. One other option that you could do, okay, wait, that's my active build. Okay, let's get rid of my field build because I just don't think I'm ever using him primary in the field ever again. But let's go with a conquering tree build, okay? So as I said, effortless is like an absolute must get, no questions asked. All of this stuff over here, attack tree, just absolutely slaps for this one application. But then we go all the way over here. This commander's troop deals 3% more damage and takes 3% less damage. Sure, why not, right? You could do that. Then you could go, and you're going to have to carve off some talent points. So if you're rallying a Gorgo garrison, like, I don't know, depending on how much you care about getting swarmed, right? You would ditch the emblazoned shield. I think you want to get the normal damage. I think you want to get this damage halberd. Like, I think there's a lot of good stuff down here. So if we ran it like this, right? You go over here, get some health, 6 talent points left. I like rage. Let's get some extra rage. Okay. And then 2 talent points remain here. The march speed's dead talents anyways. Like a lot of these, this is 3 wasted talent points over here. Okay. And then this is 5 wasted talent points, 6 wasted talent points to get to Emblazoned Shield. Okay. So you could make the argument that I think is very compelling. Okay. That instead you go to this left side of the tree and you just drop the 2 points over here, I guess. Okay, and so the trade-off we've made in doing this is that over here, this build, right, you are more tanky, and in this build, this commander's troop deals 3% more damage and takes 3% less damage when attacking a stronghold. Whew. You could call that like a 6% damage swing versus a 12% skill damage taken swing. I mean, to me, the choice is pretty obvious. So if you were running this thing, I feel like this is probably the build you use, right? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I suppose you could say, you know, Cheesy, we got this combo stuff going on. What about disarm? Reduce the enemy's attack. I mean, You could do that. You'd have to carve off these talent points over here, which are pretty good ones. I mean, we're talking about 5 talent points for 5% of stats. So you'd put 1 point here, 2, 3, 4, 5. You'd have to carve off some of this. The thing is that Undying Fury is very, very good in this world where combo attacks are basic attacks because each one is giving you rage. So I feel like I like this build. This is what I would run. Okay, and maybe I'll do some refinements, but there you have it. So the best rally in the game right now in terms of anti-swarm plus damage combined, and it's such a good role for cavalry in the meta, in my opinion, is the Attila primary, Subutai secondary. But with that said, now you get to an interesting question of, but Cheesy, what armaments do I use? Is it Arch? And I think the answer is actually yes, it is Arch. Or is it the Delta formation, which is designed for combo attacks? Let's talk about that very briefly. In the Arch formation, you have the extremely controversial destructive inscription here, which, because you're losing rage, really ends up hurting you a lot, I think. It's extremely controversial, and you could make arguments that literally anything that is not reducing your rage is simply better. I would believe that. So that's a little alarming, right? And, this 10% chance to spend 100 rage to increase the damage of the attack. Whenever their troop launches a basic attack, 10% chance to spend... I wonder how this would work in conjunction with an active skill, ? Like the combo attacks from the active skill. I don't know. But whatever, destructive is there. But straight to the point is great. Boost to normal attack damage, and whenever their troop launches a basic attack, is it a 10% chance to gain 20% more normal damage? Well, gee, combo attacks are really good for that, right? Then over here, Invincible is amazing. For every 20% of units, a target troop is lost, the wielder's troop gains more normal damage. That seems pretty good, doesn't it? That's fantastic. And then you've got Fearless, just 8% more normal damage. Difficult to Swarm, boost your combos. Seems really good. The alternative, okay, is we go to Delta. What does Delta do? Well, you gain 3.5% boost to combo attack damage dealt, which is good, but doesn't really help your Attila at all. Whenever you launch a combo attack, you gain a bonus combo damage dealt for 10 seconds. This is definitely going to stack up. No doubt about it. This will stack up. I think Delta Thrasher is actually not bad. I'm on board for that. Butterfly we know is pretty dang good, but there aren't that many effects that we're trying to trigger more frequently, are there? Right? The butterfly effect here, what's it really doing for us? I mean, I suppose it is making it so that this triggers more frequently, right? The defense reduction on the enemy. You would get slightly less downtime of this ability over here, but this has very little downtime to begin with, okay? Because whenever it's not on cooldown, you already have a 50% chance to have gotten effect, right? So, yeah, that's not doing much. And on Subutai, how much are we gaining? Nothing here. Nothing here. What does this do? It has a 60% chance. I mean, this is going to stack up anyways, right? So increasing the chance of this triggering, and it's already a high percent chance to trigger, that's not really doing much for us. This has an extremely long cooldown, like we talked about, with a very high chance to trigger. So Butterfly is, in my opinion, not doing very much, weirdly, compared to, what it most likely will do for an Arthur configuration, but whatever. Let's go back here, and we can get a look again. Go back to the Codex. What else do we have here in Delta? Steel Skin's amazing. This one slaps. Whenever the troop launches a combo attack, take 1.5% less damage for the next 10 seconds. The reason I like Steel Skin so much more than I like Thrasher is because Thrasher is only enhancing your combo damage dealt. This is enhancing all damage taken. It's reducing it, regardless of what kind of damage it is. So it takes combo attacks to stack this thing up, but it is reducing all damage taken, which is obviously very good. And Flurry is only enhancing your combo attacks. I mean, just straight up, boosting your normal attacks helps the Attila, and it also helps the Subutai. This only helps Subutai. So I think that most likely Delta is going to be peak when we have the second commander that you're rallying with that does combo attacks. But the Attila with Arch could actually be the way to go for now. I don't think the difference between them is so jaw-dropping, but I feel like this is pretty freaking legit. This feels to me like probably the way to go. But again, I actually think they're so close that like you'd have to really do a lot of testing at a statistically significant level, probably, to prove one over the other, if I had to guess. And I'm guessing for now, but maybe I won't be guessing later. We'll have to maybe do some testing, okay? So long story short, all hail the new rally overlord, Subutai. I think he's incredibly strong. I think that if you're rallying in an ideal world for accessories, you would probably be using Ring and Horn if you know you will not be swarmed. But if you think you're going to be swarmed, then you probably want a normal attack enhancer. That normal attack enhancer is going to be a greatest glory. Now, that said, the developers said recently, like, oh, hey, we're going to be like adding in some new accessories, I think, potentially. Didn't they say that for like Smite and Combo? So if they go that route, then it would stand to reason that like you'd probably want to use one of those accessories. So I don't know that I would like be investing in an accessory that's so locked in only to that one commander for now, because like if they release a better one later, like isn't that going to suck? Yes, obviously. So, you know, if I were like trying to figure out what to do right now with my account, I'd probably slap a Ring and Horn on there and hope for the best. And like if I had to, I probably just actually would use this greatest glory without the talent being for the right troop type. Because if they release a new accessory, like I don't want to go spend, you know, what it takes to go get a T5 talented iconic thing and then, oh, hey, use the new one instead. Because at least as of this recording, okay, I hope this changes, but as of this recording, when you spend materials on something, if you want to dismantle it, you lose half the materials, you lose all the patterns, and you lose all the materials for refining, as far as I know, and all the materials for awakening. So, like, I would wait to make a second accessory locked in, yeah, borrow from other places where you can. If you already have some Cav talented stuff, use it. All right, there we go. Everything I wanted to share about Subutai. He is really exciting, and I think he has an impact that is, I think, bigger than I was expecting. I think the mixed garrisons have the most to fear. I think that archers probably come next in the sort of pecking order of look out, you're in trouble. I think that after that, Cavs and then finally infantry have probably the best chance of handling it. But infantry will only really be able to fully counter it, in my opinion, in the next commander release cycle, when presumably we're getting a Smite garrison. I mean, I think it's going to be infantry garrison Smite, right? And like that, I think that is with Gorgo just going to really slap. That's my suspicion. Okay, you enjoyed the vid? Throw a like on here, subscribe, go watch the live stream. It was funny. It was very funny. We had a very good time with 1,600 plus people in the stream. You guys are awesome. Thank you for dropping in the stream. I always live stream commander testing when a new commander shows up. You've come to expect that on my channel. And because we're in KVK, I actually got to show the real thing. And speaking of which, I need to get out of the starting zone and go participate. So I'm out. If you enjoyed the vid, throw a like on here, subscribe. This KVK is freaking insane. I think we took the Huron back. GG's, getting the lower part of the zone 5 back. I swear, man, this KVK has been so busted. Every other day, people have all kinds of opinions and things to say, but when Kingsland happens, we'll get a real sense of who's going to win or lose this KVK, man. It's a drain fest, I'll tell you that much. Holy smokes. The quick check-in for those wondering, I am now at about 6 million dead troops, and I have burned through over 60 billion resources, almost 61 billion, and I'm at my highest KP in any KVK ever, at like somewhere around like 4.2, 4.3, I don't know my exact number, close to 4.4 billion kill points earned, which is really nuts. So it's been a hell of a KVK. All right. But, go watch the stream last night. You can go see some Subutai rallies, freaking smacking stuff, man. It's just insanely strong. Insanely strong. Until next time, you have fun smashing your enemies. Take care, everybody.